prospecting on YouTube. This book is about it. I want to share it with you. I don't know if the letters are reversed or not. Sometimes they get reversed, but these two guys right here are in Dallas, Texas, and they're real estate agents. They started as fresh real estate agents in Dallas, and with the 1 year, I forget their gross sales, but they were really great. They were just rocking out their sales in Dallas, and they're doing it all passive prospecting on YouTube, and the methods that they do can apply to about any business. I'm using them in my own business. The names, their name is Travis Plumb and Levi. I can't pronounce his last name, Lascdak or something like that. The names are in the title or description of this YouTube video. So what it's about is using YouTube videos. What a lot of people don't realize, you can use YouTube videos for local business because they're in Dallas and they're promoting their real estate agency in Dallas using YouTube videos just by putting their city or the city they're targeting in the subject line or the title of the video and the description. And it's working gangbusters for them, right? Really fascinating stuff. You should go check out their YouTube channel. Just search, if you want to check out their YouTube channels, you can search passive prospecting on YouTube, or you can search, I'm trying to think of how they word their thing, like new homes in Plano or something like that. Living in Plano. Try living in Dallas or living in Plano, and you'll find their videos, right? Couple things that are interesting about them is they don't do anything that special. They just do it well, right? I mean, they do their videos, they have their end card, they optimize their tags, they just do all the basics, but they do them really well. Like if you look at their thumbnails, I think their thumbnails are great. I think their thumbnails are just fantastic, terrific. I really love how they do their thumbnails. They're very consistent with their videos. They shoot their videos in a certain way because they do real estate. They're on location, so they shoot the most attractive part of the location at the very beginning of the video to suck you in, meaning beginning of your video needs to suck people in, right? One of the interesting things is they don't use or aggressively use lead magnets. They're really not lead magnet guys. I'm not saying they don't have lead magnets in their description. They have a lot of things, URLs and things in the description, but it's not like one of their focuses. It's just that they come up in all the searches and they have great content. Like they provide, their videos are not a pitch for their real estate services. They know what people are searching for, and they seek to give really great info about that. Like one of their geographic areas they target is Plano, Texas. So their videos will provide very specific information about some aspect of living in Plano, Texas, right? So in summary, the videos are very well done. There's nothing fancy or like there's no wizardry in how they do their videos, other than they do all the basics really well. I believe they use TubeBuddy, if I recall. TubeBuddy has a checklist. They do the whole TubeBuddy checklist. Great thumbnails, engaging videos, great content, and that's about it. Normally, you think, okay, you start a YouTube channel, it's going to be like a year before you see results. They started seeing results almost immediately, almost like right off the bat. Hey, we have some people on chat here. Let's see here. Mormo Zion is with us, stayed up all night and caught you live. How are you? Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Staying up all night is a tall task. I'm having some coffee. I'm just waking up here. So I'm glad you joined us. Let's see here who else we have. We have David says, good morning, Marlon. Good morning, David. How are you? All right. Good. Well, thank you all for joining us today. And we have others. I can't see everybody in the groups and so forth because of how the technology works. So this book If you want to do YouTube, I recommend it because it's not by internet marketers. It's by guys that are actually doing the business, doing real estate. Same thing. I recommended a book called Dirty 130. And it's this. Hey, David, I appreciate that. David says, thank you, Marlon. I showed this book, Dirty 130. And David Carruthers, really great book. The guy sells commercial fire insurance and he markets using YouTube and websites and things, and social media, live streaming. Just a freaking great book. Because he's not an internet marketer, but he is cranking it seriously in his commercial insurance business. So this isn't just if you're an internet marketer. These things work for everything. These things work like for everything, right? I like this one because I like these books, Dirty 130, Passive Prospecting, because they're very hands-on. They're very practical. Let me just tell you a few things that I've done. Like Dirty 130, he talked about using, and I think Passive Prospect, I can't remember which one. I think maybe Passive Prospect. They use the Legend version, I believe, of TubeBuddy. So I upgraded mine. And because you can split test the titles of videos and stuff, which is really freaking cool. They talked about the right way to put the way that they put their keywords in their titles and their descriptions. I haven't even fully implemented it. Like they're really, really obsessive about how they put their keywords in their title and their descriptions and so forth. And so I've got a lot to improve on that aspect. I liked how they do their thumbnails. And so I started working harder on my thumbnails, and I've still got a lot of room to improve, but I started working harder on my thumbnails because of the book. The keyword research is something I really learned a lot about. And I've done better on keyword research, although I have a lot to improve on. I mean, the thing about YouTube is there's a pretty big learning curve, right? In the bigger picture, what I would like to say to you is this. Number one is learn from people in other industries. I love like Passive Prospecting, Dirty 130, when they're in other industries and they're just crushing it. And because I feel that you sometimes get the best info not by an internet marketer who has a course to sell, right? So I love that. Number two, it's interesting how they really crush and rock the front end, the lead generation of their business, right? It's a real focus and they really crush it. Number three, they're all using social media. And so you may or may not be using social media. It's not the only thing. Like if you can use paid ads are superior in that they're faster and maybe more predictable, right? So I'm not down on paid ads at all. You just have to have a profit structure that allows you to use them. But the cool thing about social media is it's just hustle and a little bit of savvy. Anyone can do it. It's just hustle and a little bit of savvy. So I'll read you the chapters here in this book. So they've got interruption versus intention-based marketing, a discussion of quantity versus quality, which is an interesting and useful discussion. Do you do quantity or do you do quality? Do you do paid versus free content? See, selfish versus service, short form versus long form. These are all really great topics. Local versus global reach, take time versus make time, active versus passive prospecting, channel build out, content creation, optimization, lead conversion, adjusting to change. I found that the chapters on channel build out, optimization to be the most useful. Those chapters I felt were just really useful. I can tell you that our channel stats went way up when I started doing these. Now we still got a long ways to go. I'm nothing like the big channels, right? But like I I never had a channel with 600 views. So once I started using them, one of my videos got 600 views, another one got 150. We probably doubled or tripled our daily views because we went in and started doing started doing thumbnails. So sometimes, a lot of times we didn't even have thumbnails. Started doing better thumbnails. And like I picked up little tips, like they do bright colors in their thumbnails, which I think is really cool, right? And like I say, their use of keywords, the way they do keywords in their descriptions, I really got to hunker down and do that. I haven't been doing it the way that they teach it and do it. And I've definitely got to hunker down more and do that in our videos. So I love finding someone like them, and like the Dirty 130 book by David Carruthers. You just pick up so many tips, and I don't know, I just feel that the quality of the information is better because they're not a YouTube a marketer just trying to sell you their YouTube course, right? You know that like this is really working in their business and this is the real deal and so forth. In the Dirty 130 book, he's really interesting because what he does is a lot of thin slicing. So he uses like this, it's kind of expensive program. It's $200, $300 a month. I forget the title of it. But what it does is it creates thin slices of your videos, like segments, and automatically submits those to social media. It's really cool. It's just, you know, it's not a cheap program to use, but he does. The Dirty 130 guy does, David Carruthers does use that. There are other programs out there that allow you to create sliced content, but they don't have it all in one. You can't create it and then submit it through their platform. You got to create it in one, download it, upload it to the other platform and submit it. So like it's nice to have all of that in one platform. I'm sure as this technology evolves, we're going to see that more. But it's just little things like that you learn. It also shows you how the people on the cutting edge are using technology. Like sometimes you don't buy technology because you're like, well, I don't want to waste the money on the recurring billing. I probably don't need this. And what I find is the people are out on the cutting edge. They actually use all the technology they can, pretty much. They try to be cutting edge on the technology. So I changed my attitude a little bit about technology. From you got to look more at the ROI, and it buys you time and allows you to be more on the cutting edge. So I'm not saying you buy all the technology. You definitely have to watch, are you using it? Is there an ROI on it? But I definitely see the wisdom, and it's their books that convinced me more of this than before. Before I was like, we'll just roll it ourselves. Reading their books, I'm like, you know what? I think they have great points here, and I need to be using this technology more because I just noticed people in other industries like these guys that are really crushing it, like they are using the legend version of TubeBuddies to the hilt, right? To the hilt. I never liked TubeBuddy before for various reasons, this and that and the other. But I upgraded after I read the book, and I got to say, I especially like the split testing of titles and some other things. Very cool stuff. So I hope that helps you. In the bigger picture, the moral of this story is whatever you're using to generate your leads, you got to be cranking on it. You can't just be sitting back and taking it easy, because today, in the past, I feel it was easier to generate leads. Today, I mean, you have more options and ways that are really awesome to generate leads, but you've also got to crank harder on it. You got to work harder because there's more people, like multiples more people doing it, right? And that front end of your business, the lead flow, the lead generation is so freaking important. So if you all have questions, you can post them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them on another live stream. I do appreciate your time. I know for all of you, it's a commitment to be here. Appreciate more Mozine being here. I know it's a commitment. I know it takes time. And I do my darndest to make every one of these live streams worthwhile. If you're not subscribing to my newsletter, I think I finally got the sales letter up at resellertoolkit.com/MMM system. So resellertoolkit.com/MMM system. That's the full blown thing. I call it gold. We have a members area and we have all kinds of stuff for you there. So, I think you'll really benefit from it if you don't get it. Listen, y'all have a great day. I do appreciate you joining me today. I hope you got some ideas today. Study people from other industries. If they've written books about marketing, they're worthwhile reading because it's all like the hands-on stuff that really works. And I think that will benefit you. And especially, I like this passive prospecting book, and I like Dirty 130. All right, guys, you all have a great day. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.